Hello, this is Gihan Pereira. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm here in the centre of Perth. I've just completed one of my programs, and it's interesting to see that after 3 years of a global pandemic, there are many things that are going back to the way that they were pre-COVID. But not everything is the same. And one of the things that's changed, which I'm sure you're aware of, is the role of the office. There are many knowledge workers who previously only had one workplace, which was the office, and now they want a choice of workplaces, whether they work from the office or they work from home or they work from a cafe or they work from a co-working space. And this is of course what we call hybrid work. And it's interesting to see the response to that from their employers, from organizations and even individual leaders. There are some people who completely resist it, there's some who embrace it, and then there's everything in between. On the far end of resisting it, there's a leader, a CEO of one of Australia's biggest companies, and he said a couple of weeks ago, if you want to work from home, then you don't work for us. At the other extreme is one of my clients, again, a very large organization in Australia, and they've just spent the last few years building a brand spanking new office right here in the centre of Perth. And they engaged me recently to talk about the future of work to their senior leaders, and I met the leader who was in charge of this project. And this company is not trying to drag people back into the office. In fact, their standard rules are that Mondays and Fridays are the days when people typically are expected to work from home, which is quite counterintuitive, isn't it? Most organizations are trying to bring people back into the office on those days, but this company says, no, you can work from home, and we expect you to work from home on Mondays and Fridays. And this leader also said to me that when they designed the new office, every step of the way as they were doing their thinking and planning, he said what we were trying to do was say what would make the commute worthwhile. In other words, they understand that there's a cost for people to come into the office. It's generally not a cost that's borne by the employer, it's actually borne by the employee. So what can we do to make that cost worthwhile? So they've designed it as a place where you'd want to come to collaborate, to discuss, to meet other people. And this is all about trust, because he said, we trust our people. They know what they have to do, and they know their goals, and we'll give them the tools and the resources and the support that they need, but we trust them to achieve those goals, and it doesn't matter where that happens. So, what about you? As a leader, as a manager, do you truly trust your people? It's easy to say that you do, but I wonder whether you do. And if you want to test it, I've got a little worksheet for you here that you can download, and it'll give you some examples of some high-stake trust situations, and I wonder what you would do as a leader and a manager. So download the worksheet, try it for yourself. Also, if you're brave, share it with your team and ask them in that situation what they would like you and the organization to do when it comes to trust. I think you'll find it useful, and I think you might be surprised by some of the results.